Hello. Hello, people of YouTube. It's your boy Skinny Penis with the next destroyer, that being the Sherman. The other cool DD next to the Alvaro that we can talk about. After all, or like in the end, there's also going to be a video about Marceau, obviously, but I think at this point it's fairly obvious that Marceau is the go-to pick, together with like Napoli and Moscow. And then afterwards you can think about all the other ships. But yeah, Sherman, my opinion, not a very good addition to the game, if I might be completely honest. Like, I don't think this ship is needed. I don't think this ship is in any way, form, or shape bringing a gameplay style that we enjoy and that is nice to play against. In my opinion, it's always the same with coal ships. We're lucky that a lot of idiots play it because it's coal, so lots of people can wail for it, lots of people can get it. It's not, say, hidden behind a steel wall or like 5-6 million free XP in the research bureau. But yeah, like the problem with Sherman is it's essentially the same as a smoke farm cruiser, with the problem that it has nuts conceal since it's a destroyer, and it has no citadel. So yeah, you essentially have to burn through 28,000 HP on a DD where you can't get full pens, where you can't get citadels with battleships or most cruisers. So you're in desperate need of a radar against it. It's kind of the same as Smolensk. Um, while Smolensk gets overmatched by some cruisers are hard countering it, like a Stalin, or a like it's essentially like a Stalin, or what else is there? I mean, even like Kronstadt, stuff with radar and that overmatches it, or like a Conde or Henry are also pretty nuts against it. But in the end, you need a radar or a lucky BB salvo to nuke the Smolli, which happens. Like Smolensk is a cruiser; it's easier to spot. Um, it has a citadel. It has very low HP too, so you can catch it out. Sherman, on the other hand, how do you catch it out? Essentially, most destroyers don't really have that big of a spotting gap between it and themselves, and you don't really want to run at the smoke at all. Like, you can't get caught in the radar at all. In the Hydra, I mean. So what we're doing here, by the way, is we're going to the flank. Because it's a 3DD game. I'd rather play the flank against the enemy. But you can see here, we're doing quick fast damage. The SAP versus Flak Broadside DDs is disgusting. We popped the Hydro. The Yamagiri actually left, but he's going to reverse. Trying to go dark again so we can get more damage on him. Yeah, so essentially, like, it's harder to catch it out, and the problem also being, even if you have something like a Smalan, for example, that can radar the Sherman and also out-heal it over time, the DPM of the SAP is so incredibly nuts on it that you don't really want to trade unless you're really sure that you're in the, let's say, better position, you're in kite, you have speed boost popped, you can disengage immediately, there's no other teammates towards the Sherman shooting you, because the Sherman alone is trading such incredible amounts of HP with the SAP into people. Yeah, it really is something as a destroyer. Also the problem being, like, you have this American smoke with 2 minutes. Like here I can just smoke up and like essentially stay and farm. They can't push. Like, I mean, they're running away, so obviously the smoke is a wee bit wasted, but if they would push, I would just be sitting in a more than 2 minute smoke with hydroactive, can't be torped, can't be spotted at all, and I'm just DPMing the entire time. Yeah, it do be very shite gameplay design, to be honest. Heavy farm ships that are also allowed to have smokes are kinda not what we need. In my opinion, like, Colbert has a higher payoff because it obviously has higher DPM than Smolensk, for example. But, you know, like, Colbert requires a few more hands to be played, since and good positioning, since it doesn't give you the average pop smoke and watch people burn entertainment that Smolensk does. Like, also I'm very confused as to how Sherman and Smolensk are like so low in terms of average damage and stats, because theoretically, if you're just a patient man, a patient player, you can okay, I have to reverse. You can just like wait out all your smokes and stay like far enough away to be safe, and then you just play around all your smokes, and after your smokes are done, whatever, you probably are on 150, 200k damage in most of the games. These ships just have the DPM to murder people from one smoke alone. Like Sherman, one smoke could give you 100k. Same for Smolli, kind of, if you have the right targets in your face. That guy's DCPing. No? That's weird. Enemy team is kinda camping a wee bit in base. Maybe we can get a permafire. But yeah, like, you can cap contest in Sherman fairly easily if the matchmaking allows for it. The only reason you shouldn't cap contest is if there's radars covering you from the enemy team. You can't just randomly smoke up inside of a radar, since your ship is fairly fat, large, and hard to maneuver in. So that's essentially a no-go. Other than that, if there is no radar, you can, that's like the same thing as a vampire before that. If there's no radars, you can unironically just park in caps and perma block them for insane amounts of time. Because, I mean, who's going to theoretically push you? You can't just run at a smoke. You would just allow the Sherman to kill you for free. And given the hydro duration being pretty long, also like when the Sherman, you should only like smoke when you really have hydro ready, and then have the combination up at the same time, so you're not falling prey to torpedoes, because like lots of DDs do torp smokes immediately, so you don't want to have a smoke running for 2 minutes without hydro, especially if there's like if you press tab and you see something like a Yamagiri, and then the Yamagiri is also on your flank. You know that there's going to be torps. He is going to torp the smoke, as you saw with one set. Sometimes you're unlucky and the enemy torp DD literally perma-torps your smoke the entire game, which isn't obviously the nicest thing to play against, but that's how it is. I'm going to smoke here again with the Conda. Like, I want to kill the Condas, essentially. Like, Conda and Lion is also in my range. He's gonna beach there, so... Oh wait, I have HE loaded, that's not smart. Yep, he's gonna beach there and he's flare broadside. I mean, okay, he got really got nuked by a battleship, but I can kill him. On Sherman, you really have to think about what ammo type you're using. The SAP has insane alpha DPM, which is fairly nice, and people like to use it a whole lot. The problem is just like you don't have the highest penetration on it, so if side plating of a battleship, for example, isn't pennable with SAP, you should really go for HE anyways. It is very misleading that it is very nice, and lots of people want to get the SAP DPM in, but first of all, the Sherman is an insane fire starter too, with the HE, and overall you're just doing more damage than if you also start fires and you get the HE pens that have a bit less alpha, but yeah, as said, like you have the added bonus of having the fire starting, which overall nets you more damage. Something like Russian battleships and German battleships, you're not penning anything but the superstructure, so therefore getting fires on top together with the pen damage of the HE is netting you more damage. So yeah, I see a whole lot of people just permanently spam SAP with Sherman, which isn't really like the go-to idea. The battleships that you spam SAP on, or you can always spam SAP on, are the 32mm ones and the 38. Like you have 38 pen on the SAP. Oh no, actually no, you don't. Whatever. Don't mind me. I'm dumb. There was another ship. I don't actually remember which one though. Ah yeah, Regulo pens 38 with SAP. Sherman doesn't. Sherman has a smaller caliber. I'm waiting here if we may be spotting the Ragnar leaving here. Yeah, come on. I want to kill the Ragnar here because then they have essentially nothing that can touch a cap. Something like Ragnar's and stuff, by the way, also, like, you have to be really careful. I mean, yeah, you are a top dog gunboat, but Sherman with the smoke combination and shit is just able to just perforate other gunboats from safety in their smoke, as you can see here, and just kill them. You really gotta be careful there. Now we're fucking off. I hope our carrier is griefing the Yamagiri on the other side. Mr. Goodland is trying to go into the cap. Yeah, well, I mean, I guess I have to open up and start farming these people down. No other way of winning this. I'm going up back to base because, as said, like, I don't want to be caught in this slow-ass destroyer in too close of a proximity to radars and hydros and shit, because I don't have torpedoes to really save myself. That's like something you have to care about. The moment you don't have torpedoes, you obviously gotta play a wee bit more careful, since you can't stop people rushing you. It's only your gun DPM. Okay, well, I can disable my A. So yeah, like the SAP is for broadsides, and broadside platings that you pen, like especially like cruisers, for example, you can murder with it, but you shouldn't free load it on ships that you don't even pen. Like a Colombo, you know, the side plating is like 50, I think, so you don't pen that, so don't load a SAP. Doesn't make sense. The only thing you can pen is the superstructure, so the only thing you can do is get the permafires that you wanted, like you completely light them up with HE, and then afterwards, since there is no more option to get additional fires, you load a SAP for a bit more DPM then. But switching ammo type on Sherman is very interesting, or like important. Like picking the right ammo. Our Mr. Goodland just essentially inted himself and ended himself. Okay, the Colombo should burn out. I'm going to have a look for the Chungmu. I still have one smoke left. The carrier hasn't yet gone for me. Our carrier has the problem of the Yamagiri and the Chungus, I think, trying to go for him. But since the Riga died, I'm going to now sit inside of the B cap. There is no torpedo threat against me at the moment, since the Chungmu has deep waters. I don't even have to care. Like, having hydro essentially negates torpedoes on you, but sometimes if they're stacked incorrectly, or like very badly on you, or if it's like Haaland torps that are super fast, you sometimes just can't dodge torps. Just the nature of the game. Guy is HE loaded. Jesus fucking Christ. I have to sit in the cap to essentially negate point income on them, where they're already on 750. I said, like, I don't have to care about the...
Anti-aircraft gun crews are on full alert.
I don't have to care about torpedoes. Ah, okay, well. I mean, I don't have spotting at the moment, which is a problem. Gonna reverse outside of the torpedo. I'm gonna pop the Hydra anyways because of the Goliath torps, perhaps. Oh, the Goliath is running into me with Hydra ready, I have the feeling, so there goes my game. My Lion isn't really helping me. I don't have shots on the Goliath yet, actually. Maybe I can squeeze some damage into him. Oh, it's a radar Yu Yang, okay, well. No, a radar Chungus. Well, that's a bit fucked. For sure. Am I going to get clapped? Nope. Okay, I'm Hydro now. Well, I mean, that's fucked then. I'll die. Not the best game, to be honest. but my Lion and my Carnot and shit, they just don't want to, I guess, help me out here. Yeah, well, we die. I thought maybe, to be honest, here, given the points that we still have a bit of time left, maybe like probably the best play, definitely the best play would have been to focus on farming out the Goliath first, and or a battleship on top of that, and then go into the cap. But I also wasn't ready for the Raider Chungmu. I mean, I also thought maybe my Zorki would help out there and like go into sea, because he could do that for free, but like Bismarck, whatever the fuck number guy, is randomly hunting a Yamagiri in Narnia. My Carnot sadly didn't assist, and my Lion is no fire prevention, triple fired. Um, well, I mean, now it's a bit too late to shoot the Goliath, really. Yeah, well, I mean, I could have played it better for more damage. I guess in these kind of games, I still had hopes that I could maybe turn it by sitting in the cap, and maybe the Goliath doesn't run at it. Like if he doesn't do that and focuses on farming because he's a Goliath, I could get the cap, I could farm from there in my smoke, and we could drag out the game, and maybe there's a way back in. But obviously in retrospect, the best option or the smartest choice would have been to essentially just yeah, assume that the game is a loss and farm more damage, and then you get like 40-50k more probably till the end, even a kill or something, and then yeah, it's better for the stats. I guess min-maxing here is a bit smarter. We can go into the captain spec real quick. I personally, I mean, first of all, you have to take Superintendent on Sherman. They nerfed, right before they released it, they nerfed the smoke count down to 2. So you kind of want to have 3, because on other DDs you're debating between 3 and 4, but you don't really need 4 USN smokes in randoms. Doesn't really make sense. The rest is obvious. I'll take turret for whatever reason. Like you can take anything here, but it doesn't really matter. AFT is mandatory since it's Austin guns, even though the caliber is very, very low. The arcs on Austin and Sherman are insane. Like you can easily hit people at 15 km consistently. And concealment. Some people play Fearless Brawl and drop the concealment. I think that's the same as Elbing or something. It's a kind of troll because you don't leave yourself open to very easy DD engagement that you could have close up. 6-5 concealment is pretty good. The thing is, if concealment specs would only get you down to 7.2, 7.5 km concealment on these kind of slow DDs, then it's a bit wonky to take them. But since it's 6.5, that's actually extremely usable. You go Hydromod. I would definitely advise you to go Hydromod, and the rest is always the same. Like there's literally no variety, and like I don't know, 50 fucking videos later, you still have the same modules in essentially all ships. There's barely any variety, just because you need prop mod. You always go for the gun accuracy kind of, and the moment the DD is focused on guns, you always go reload for the guns, since it's, as said in other videos before, it's predictable damage. It's just more consistent. Only if you have a real like full torpedo boat, like a Haaland, you can essentially only go Torp or Shimmer. That's where you go for Torp reload or ledge mod on Shimmer. But here it's definitely guns back. Well, sad last game. I didn't really understand how my team died last game, because it looked like it was actually fairly fine. My team was like kind of half decently passive, but then they died anyways. I don't really get the point there. I also don't get why our Östergötland ran it into the cap, for example. They could have just played together with me, and I could have protected him, kind of. But yeah. What do we have here? First of all, we have to disable A again. We have a Nakimov, 1 radar, and they also have a Sherman. Okay. So that's like, by the way, what you always look for. You look for radars and what kind of ship it is. For example, if it's a Moskva here, there's a high likelihood A Moskva could spawn on my flank and sit here or here on rocks and perma. Have me in perma radar. You also look at what DDs have long range hydro, because they could shove cap against you, or what DDs have radar, obviously. Yeah, and then you make your decision. But on this side, you can dive behind the cap island, and unless an enemy tries to rush me out, essentially 1-for-1 kill himself just to get me out of the cap, I'm pretty much fine there, because I can also hydro the entire cap. So assuming my druid goes towards the 9-10 line, we could easily get the cap completely under control. Druid can easily get angles on the cap. I bring the perma spot on the cap with my hydro. So yeah, fairly easy decision here. That's, by the way, also why I like to run concealment. These kind of moves here are really, really easy and totally not risky at all. If you just play concealment, 6-5 is not something that makes you spotted in the inside the enemy spawn. So, I mean, I would assume that there's probably going to be like a Haaland or Shimmer here, but I couldn't say. Oh, okay, well, I mean, that's fucked. Well, there you go, you have a Sherman in the cap. We're diving behind island, giving him a bit of SAP treatment, we're instantaneously popping hydro. Yep, and my druid can shoot him from the flank, as you can see. He's suffering heavily. Yep. He's a dead man. And there you go. That's our cap. No one is ever gonna take that from us, essentially. There's no way. They probably have another DD. Yeah, torping me from the 10 line. Well, fuck you, sir, dude. And I probably eat that one torp. Yeah. Ah, fuck this, dude. Well, I mean, could have been a way better trade against the Sherman kill. Like, if I wouldn't have eaten that torp, I would have essentially been full HP here. Played it pretty nicely. Now that the Haaland torped me from the flank, confusing. Because, I mean, I expected something like that. That's why I was angled towards there. Not only to shoot the Ohio now, but also I kind of expected the Haaland to torp the Druid smoke anyways, because the Druid smoked up right in his face, so it's a bit closer. But I guess I was spotted early on, that's why he was brain damagely focused on getting his... By the way, that guy could have been dark and now he's firing, but he's not... Okay, he's not blinding at least, but yeah, he could have been dark, now he runs the risk of running permafires. He would have stayed dark, that would have been way smarter for sure. The Druid is most likely gonna drag the Haaland up. Like, you can see that the Druid is moving... What the fuck? How is his torpedoes ready already? That is a full torpedo spec Haaland, that's for sure. We're gonna load SAP in case he gets spotted. Maybe the Druid or I catch him. Oh man, but that's like that's a very fast fucking torp reload on that Haaland, dude. I swear to God, that is nuts. The torpedoes on Sherman are essentially to forget about, but you can send them out from time to time, and it's quite amazing how many or how often you can actually get torpedo hits here. I think I'll open water a bit. It's just like since there's like no run really close to this Ohio that could DPM me. I mean, the Sherman is gonna try and torp me again, that's for sure. Is that a heavy AP Ohio? I think it is. It is a heavy AP Ohio. I think I ate a bomb from the carrier too, fairly unlucky. Enemy team is disintegrating at the moment. I mean, they're never gonna touch C again, and B is also like fairly out of their reach for now. Okay, it's a no fire prevention heavy AP Ohio. I have no clue what the fuck you guys are speccing on your ships, but... Oh no, I'm gonna eat an additional Torbe. No, okay, I dodged it again. Okay, I can kinda see now where the Haaland is going. Oh, okay. I mean, that's fairly shite for me. I slow down in the Nakimov strike, I might be dead here. No, not yet, not yet. That Haaland do be a very pesky idiot, to be honest. Like, this is heavy AFK shit gameplay. Like, he's just kiting us out into base while he has like 0 caps, 0 anything. Gotta focus on killing the Ohio though now, because our Salem is sitting a wee bit overcommitted and overextended in their base at some point now. Gonna immediately Hydro again, since I don't trust the fucking Torb reload of that Haaland in any case. Guy seems to be super full spec'd on Torb reload, so yeah. Seems like we can't get fires after this guy DCPs. Okay, there we go, one. But you can see the range spamming of this ship. It's literally like a cruiser put into a DD hull, and okay, there's one Torp set. It's literally like a cruiser put into a DD hull and given a smoke, but doesn't have a citadel. So you can just pop smoke 3 times a game and watch people burn for comedy relief. It is quite nasty. Haaland could be turning around here to get angles on me again, and then the druid catches him, so that's why I'm still waiting in the smoke. In any case, I have to dive to probably the island, wait for my next smoke, and then farm what's coming in from there. My Hydro's on for now, so that isn't a problem really. Okay, I'm RPF'd now, that means the Haaland is actually over there, kind of.
Anti-aircraft gun crews are on full alert.
And that guy for sure hates me. He's gonna hit me, huh? No, okay. Yeah. Not an easy second game either. $30 for the next smoke. I will, as I said, like just sit on the rock here. Get a Haaland torped over there. I will just sit on the rock here. I mean, dude, their Shimmer and Haaland are going into our base on the 1-2 line. And the other Haaland is like... The fuck are they doing, dude? Fucking retards. I don't have my smoke ready yet. Or like my head ready yet, so the Haaland might try to torp me out again. Aye. Okay, well, we're back to average Sherman enjoyer. I'm not very happy, I tell you what. This is not very engaging. Since they're like all turning away further and further from me, and I only have 5.6k HP. I can't really open water after this. Also the carrier is still like a nuisance. Also, oh wait a minute, why is he unspotted? I think I'll load HE really. The SAP spamming isn't netting me the damage that I wanted to. I said like you don't penetrate the 38 of the Ohio, so there's the problem. Like since I don't pen his side plating, my sap isn't doing the funny damage, so I'd rather get fires. Ohio burned through all his heals though. I mean that's a given, because it's like my entire damage stems from this guy. He's leaving my range again before I can get permas. Really unlucky. mean, if I could kill the carrier, that would be good for me, to be honest. Apparently I can't penetrate his side plating either. Okay. There you go. I'm penning a bit. Oh, he got fucked by someone over the island from the middle of Vermont, I guess. Oh, there you go. Okay, well that's good. That's really good. We finally killed the carrier, so that guy is not humping me for the rest of the game. Yeah, sadly we're on 900 points already. And we killed a Haaland now, we're 950, so the game is over. There's not gonna be any high damage here. Maybe I'll play a third one, to be honest. Oh yeah, well, I mean, game is over again. Guess I'll play a third one, maybe we can get some actual engaging gameplay here. Apart from people running into base from us and first game my team just dying. I mean, you can see like, if you're sitting in a smoke, it's fairly hard to kill you. The only real way to get fucked is radars that spot you in the smoke, or torpedoes that hit very hard and you eat one at an unfortunate time. Otherwise you have 28,000 HP and 3 USN smokes with hydros. So you're straight up just one of the most, if not the most, like, you're one of the most disgusting farmers as a DD, but you're like the easiest farmer. That's why I also, as I said, don't get why, for example, shit like Smolensk or Sherman have shitty stats, because it's so simple, it's so handheld. With such a smoke, like, how would you not be able to get a bunch of damage? Like, hello, you're getting a free consumable that allows you to farm sometimes inside of the enemy's mouth for 2 minutes consecutively. With that kind of DPM, I mean, sorry, but you're supposed to do a whole lot of damage with this thing. I mean, Sherman is like on the same level of average as Ragnar, and Ragnar is like perfectly, or like specifically designed to farm. But like Sherman can reach 160, 70k averages, obviously. Same with Ragnar, because these ships are straight up full gun focus. Like the what is it? The power budget hasn't been invested into torps at all, so they actually do get pretty fucking hard-hitting guns. Yeah. I mean, in my opinion, they could have given it a bit better torpedo angles, like widen it a bit, because it's kind of scuffed and weird to torp like this. You can only really do it if you're nose in. You're never gonna send torps when you're in kite. But yeah, occasionally you can get torpedo hits with that. If you just torp choke points and shit, or corners, like essentially it's like, I mean, since it's a single launch torp, you can torp like a corner, and if someone peeks, you obviously hit them fairly easy. By the way, this time we have actual decent matchmaking. The only thing that is a wee bit of a problem is the 3 destroyers. Radar, hydro, hydro. So no real free kills here. Sherman is in middle. I think the YY Colbert will be here. But I mean, I'm bringing a Nevsky, so we definitely have the radar advantage. It's, by the way, something that is problematic in randoms. I mentioned it also multiple times. That there's no equal radar. Like, we get a Nevsky, they don't. So theoretically, if I play accordingly and the Nevsky isn't completely brain damaged and goes for a broadside and got one shot, the enemy team is gonna have a hard time on this flank. Like, I mean, they have a 12 km radar and a Demented Smoke Hydro DD against them, while they're playing what? A Vampire and a Colbert. I mean, you're not really looking too spicy there. There's no way they're fucking kiting into base again, dude. This is unbelievable. That really is something. My Nevsky's turning away. And I guess I can be happy that he didn't get one shot. Oh. Oh. Ha! Well, I mean, that guy just got griefed by the Nevsky radar. Nevsky still has him in radar range. Nevsky's also shooting him, and he's flat broadside to me. He's trying to int himself now with the hydro. He's trying to get me into hydro range. Yeah, there you can see. Funny guy. Very funny. Didn't have to be like that, but hey, whatever. Literally whatever. trash fucking player, to be honest. And I lost nearly all my HP to this kind of shit. He noticed that he's brain damaged because while he saw this guy, I mean this guy, he spotted this guy and he also saw this guy getting shot at. Even though he saw that, he still decided to go for the flank into me. Um, then he realized the ways of his stupidity, how brain damaged he really is. And he thought he could save himself by turning in, hydroing me, and trading me out, which is amazing. I mean, how about you're not stupid in the first place and we could actually just have a good game here. I mean, I can spot the Colbert. Oh, he has engine damage? Okay. Oh my god, he actually hit me here. Wow, that's amazing for him. I mean, now he's spotted though. I don't know what is spotting him. Oh my god, he got... yeah, okay, he's dead. So that division has been dealt with. Good thing he kept blind firing me. Thankfully he missed. That's why I went kinda behind the smoke, so he thinks I like somehow in the smoke. With like fast shooting ships like a Sherman, or like Smolli or Colbert in smokes, like the shells render a wee bit away from the actual ship, so it's pretty hard to blind fire there, to be honest. But yeah, we got the division out. This time we actually get kills. We had 0 kills the last 2 games, now we have 2 already, but now this time we have like barely any damage.
All stations requesting fire on the designated
Huh.
target.
Interesting, I missed all my shots. Guess I aimed like a fucking pupuga. I mean, this game isn't looking much more spicy than the other one. It actually looks the same kind of shit. Oh, the Nevsky is catching the next DD in radar range. I mean, I don't know why these destroyers are so eager to kill themselves into Nevsky radars, but hey. I mean, this time I don't have to trade with him. This time he's just dead on his own. Like, we can use the island here to farm the Homern. Homern is in the middle of the map, so theoretically, like, depending on if he has fire prevention or not, we don't even have to pop a smoke against him, because he will die in like 2 seconds. No fire prevention, Pommern's gamer turning there. For now there's not too many people shooting him. Is it fire prevention? Nah, it's no fire prevention. Well, guess this guy is burning out in 2 seconds against Nevsky Sherman. Really special kind of neat people here, to be honest. Like okay, now he's going behind the the fat rock, so I can go forward again. He's burning on 3 slots. Okay, he DCP'd, so we keep hunting him with HE. I said he's gonna get 1 healed here, most likely. I don't think there's any other outcome than him being 1 healed. Oh, I mean, okay, he gets away if he doesn't spot if he isn't spotted, that's for sure. How is he not spotted? Oh, okay, that's fucked. I tell you what, that's fucked. Hello? How is he going spotted and unspotted the entire time? I don't get that one. Now he's not even spotted with the fire. Okay. I mean, double fire by the way, so he's like 25 HP lower already, even if I don't shoot him, but I think we can follow up on... Ah, okay, the Brest gets his broadside. Gonna finish him off, I guess. If he had fire prevention, he would get out alive here, kind of. Like, he could run, but like, since the one fire is ticking for already like 7k here the entire time. Ah, he's anti-fire duration spec. You just saw that. Oh, I'm spotted. Wait a minute. Is that the Zhao? I think it's the Zhao. Yeah, it must be the Zhao. Yeah. So, okay. Well, I mean, I'll just go into the cap, go dark, and then receive the Misery Zhao players. Yeah, exactly. I'm like gonna smoke here. Can even like torp. Just gonna smoke up. Wait for them to push. Obviously Zhao doesn't have the radar technology. They're blind firing me to stay lit. I mean, the Zhao could go dark there, very simple, like doesn't have to blind fire me. I guess he's more happy blind firing me out. Guess that makes him really horny. Oh wait, that one torp didn't clip the island. Okay, quick fast. Gotta move forward, gotta move forward. Yeah, man, Zhao, it would be like kinda cool if you actually figure out something more worthwhile than fucking blind firing a Sherman in a smoke. Nah, man, he's apparently he's like the best at blind firing. I mean, brother, you're not really like looking too good with your HP pool there. I mean, I sure as hell trade you out on purpose. Okay, the Tirpitz is coming in. I want to get the cap now, and I kind of want to kill the Missouri before he magically decides to run at me and still radar me. But I think he can't move away from there into radar range without dying immediately. Still, I'm gonna focus him out first. Okay, never mind, he's dead. Let's shoot the Tirpitz. Bro, this Sao is a fucking useless pest, dude, I swear to god. Dude, fuck off. Stupid brain damaged fucking blind fire bot. Does he think he's fucking Super Unicum Deluxe or what now? AFK perma base rotating scumbag in a Zao. Like, good job, bro. Fucking played yourself, dude. Is he still doing it? I don't know. Got a perma here. Ah, fuck, my turning circle doesn't allow me to stay in cap. That's a bummer. Roan is dead. I'm going to go to the rock now. I don't want to fuck with the Zhao again. This is amazing. Really triggers the fuck out of me what this guy's doing. This is such AFK shit. I don't even know what to say. I really don't know what to fucking say. 8 seconds for the next smoke. This time I'm just gonna bring the island in between me and him so he can't blind fire me. Well, huzzah to him. Since I was already low to the other ships, I actually lost a fair amount of HP to the blind fire that I didn't want to or have to, but hey. If the vampire doesn't 1-for-1 me in the beginning of the match, I'm completely fine here. This guy, by the way, is so low, and these kind of situations when they're low, you can just alpha them down with sap. It's more efficient for your own damage and for maybe getting the kill faster. Because like waiting for a fire here and then having the fire to tick isn't like, look, I can just like punch his superstructure for more damage. Okay, the Vincent is coming in. Finally, man, the Zhao can't blind fire me. I'm happy as fuck, dude. I am happy as fuck. But they killed some ships, so hey, we at least don't get to zero them out. We actually get to farm every single one of them. Very amazing. I won't be able to get that kill, will I? Oh no, I get that kill. That is amazing. 4 kills. We're making up for the 0 kill games before that. I'm on Hydro. Oh, Zhao is torping me again. It'd be kinda cool to see the Vincent. Vincent, for example, good ship for sap. Especially on the ass. Like, the ass is completely pennable. Also the side plating is pennable, so as you can see here, I'm getting a whole bunch of DPM in. That's disgusting. I'm intentionally aiming for the ass, since the front part of the ship is a lot of turrets. They cover a lot of that ship. Oh, actually I got a Halsey proc in the last game, that's nice. By the way, something that is extremely disgusting on Sherman, like having the Halsey proc. I mean, look at this DPM, it's retarded. He's gonna blind fire me, eh? He might kill me here, but it's kinda whatever. Ah, nope, he only got one shell hit. And I get to completely obliterate him with my sap on his ass. Fly broadside. Amazing. This game really something. I mean, 220k. We might even get the Kraken. Yeah, we get the Kraken. So it was just amazing here. Getting the Vampire and the Colbert out immediately really allowed us to just free farm and play D for free. Like, nothing really to stop us from just smoking up. The only thing that could have stopped us was a... You can see the DPM is quite disgusting, and we get a 6th kill. Yeah, well, this game was pretty nice. Also makes up for the no kills and the other ones. So yeah, you could see like the moment you're allowed to push up or sit in a flank and smoke the entire time with AFT giving you the range, you're just a really, really disgusting smoke farmer. And I can only say it again, if the Vampire wouldn't have one-for-one gamed on my smoke like that, even though he already spotted the Nevsky, yeah, I don't know. If he wouldn't have done that, I would have had so much HP that I could have ignored the blind fire from the Zhao the entire time. I mean, he got like 6k blind or some shit, but if I had like 20k HP left, obviously it doesn't matter. It's not really something you should do. You should rather try and go dark and rush me out or get closer or like kill something else instead of like blind firing for 10 shots in a row. But hey, um, should you get it? Yeah, for sure. Sherman is something, especially like it's a premium USN ship. Surely you can't share the captain with gearing or so. That doesn't really make sense of the captain spec, but you could like kind of share it with Kid. Um, doesn't really matter. Like on Kid you would go Fearless Brawl probably instead of AFT. Um, but I mean, it doesn't matter. You can still share the commander with the like, Kid. Is there anything else? Maybe like a Fletcher or something. Maybe even a gearing, like whatever. But it's a premium use and ship. You can put Halsey on it. It's a gunboat, so Confederate is very likely. You just have to have 6 ships farmed for 20%. It's super easy. Confederate proc on this thing here is quite nuts. The ship itself is, in my opinion, super easy to play. Pesky to deal with. Super cancer in divisions that have radar. Like if you have a Nevsky in your division or in Moskva, it becomes extremely retarded because you can just smoke theoretically 8, 9, 10 km away from the DDs and you can still hit them since the arcs are so good. So yeah, like this one is a kind of get it if you want. The Alvaro, for example, is a kind of fucking skip it. There's better tech tree options. But yeah, if you have a hard time playing gunboats, Sherman is probably the easiest way you can save yourself some trouble and nerves, because Sherman is just getting the stupid smoke and hydro. And yeah, check it out yourself and see you for the next video.